Hi, I'm Daniel, and my channel is becoming talking about underrated animated shows that ended too early because it's been 4 videos in a row with this, my Memphis Yaw and OKKO. Anyway, get checked out a show by Nickelodeon and Netflix that came out as recently in 2020. Season 1 was almost my first review, but something happened which I can't fall going into now. The show is great for its interesting concept, good characters, and animation that looks superb. It's still far from exception for some problems like part of the dialogue. Would say nerds in a similar context to Oh No. So this might be very nitpicky, but the intro plays too late into the episode, after around 5 minutes in. Speaking of the intro, at first I didn't like it, but I came around to it being nice and quick. Each text may have problems like some of the worst episodes, but it has a lot of potential, especially with some leads into the greater story. Season 2, or technically the second half of Season 1, I will call it Season 2 this video, is a big improvement. Very good show that Nickelodeon abandoned after very little episodes and sent to Netflix. I am of the belief that Netflix with some Nickelodeon shows could work really well for the company to make different shows, but in this case, it was sent there to die before released. I would want more, but it's extremely unlikely to happen. So I would like to be proven wrong, so I'm going to rank all the show's episodes in a format that I might do for your shorter shows. Probably not this short, more like under 50 episodes. Soft opening, let's get onto the list that might have mild spoilers. 19, Alpha Leader. This is a beyond story of 5 thinking needs to be like Mitch to be a leader, and it really goes on. This was the first time I got to see a lot of other texts aside from the main 3. There's not much to a lot of them. It is also easy to get Mitch's team doesn't like him, but it isn't annoyingly predictable. Yike. 18, Ralphie Bear is back. Miko being the birthday villain is a twist that everyone could guess. Was probably meant to be predictable, but the episode still takes way too long to reveal it, but it could have been revealed earlier and still make sense in the story. It also barely has anything to do with video games, aside from being in a young age to parody of both Chuck E. Cheese and Five Nights at Freddy's. The episode isn't completely awful, some of it is okay like the backstories, but I don't like the episode. 17, Find the Glitch. I am very mixed in this episode, because at its core, it's just a clips episode when there isn't much to show. This is the 15th or 16th episode, and if releasing on Netflix removes any positives of a clip show because episodes are easy to find and some we just watched. It also doesn't make sense to have everything be recorded, especially Mick getting ready to go. For this, it should be a bad episode, but the wraparounds are mostly entertaining, with the black background creating atmosphere. So it was only done to save money. Released in August 2020, and a month later a certain game got popular with similar premise. That's right, Among Us. The idea of finding a fake among them is interesting, with Mitch Fair making a lot of sense. While the episode's end implies it was fake, it could be true. Or some of the asking to watch stuff isn't funny fair, adds to the accusation, and 5 rebuttal after is a great moment. I still don't know how to feel about this episode. This site had teased the greater story only for this, but the episode isn't bad. A lot of it is dumb padding, but it's worth watching with a fast forward button. So I like the look of the chibi designs, although it was an obvious way to save money. 16, Smashosaurus. We are onto good episodes that are nothing special. I like seeing Five's other friend and Mitch's role, but it barely does anything noteworthy. 15, Setting the Score. Whole episode mainly seems to be leading up to this being Michael Sims, and most bits about high scores isn't interesting. But I really like the parallel backstories of being the new kid, and why Miko lets him win. I think there was meant to be a quadruple parallel on Miko and Mitch compared to Michael and Vidier, if the show got renewed further. Quite good episode, but they landed in the 5 worst. 14, Going Gone to Yes. Really like how this episode handles the idea of focusing. But aside from that, there could have been a better first mission episode. I barely did anything here, and the bird's introduction feels forced to have an animal sidekick. 13, Karate Trainer. This makes it clear our season was split up, when it could have been unnotable with Ridley's introduction starting season 2. Weird how big a role Miko's family had in season 1, when they barely appeared in season 2. Oh, the episode doesn't have that much to say about it, so I'll talk about other things instead, but the message works fine. 12, Bit Prime, the last episode that ends on a cliffhanger with many unanswered questions. To be fair, it's not the episode's fault. Main point here is that most of generic bot goes rogue story. However, this Eden is interesting and I wish there was more focus on Phil. Our first glance he is a lazy boss, there's more to him and his interactions with Bit. So I find it funny how Mitch took only a couple days off and this happened. Yeah, then Castle Crawl. Okay, I haven't played Castlevania and I think this episode would be a lot better if I got the references. The show did a good job working with both gamers and people who barely play games like me, but this is very specific. From my perspective, it is a fun episode for Miko and Fire's interactions and how they both never finished the game. So honestly, it drags on a bit. The episode might be one of the best, but in my opinion, it's the from spots. Then, the real glitch text. The glitch was only mildly past the border, and it starts on their part, so I barely feel Five did anything wrong. However, that is partially the point, and although the signs are weird, I like to avoid the other glitch texts. Also, the best part of the episode is easy Mitch. One, he has a new hairstyle here, and he is less antagonistic. Make sure to keep what Fire did a secret to see what happens. And it's great to see him in this role, in this very good episode. 9. Adventures and Pet Training. A good episode I don't have much to say about. I like seeing Fire interact with the robot, but it's predictable. Now onto the great episodes. 8. Glitch Modder. Season 2 premiere, which finally addresses Miko not being memory wiped. It also introduces Rizzy, a character who only appeared twice but is very important and a great character. The idea of glitches is used really well here, and Miko's interaction with Rizzy is done well. The only problem keeping it at the bottom of the great episodes is that the message is overpushed like the first episode of The Owl House. The show becomes amazing later on, despite the first episode being only okay at best. 7. Tutorial Mode. This was the first non-2-part episode with the show's normal 22-minute run, and it works. I like how it's both Miko and Five who mess this stuff up when it's usually only one of them, and the side plot of Phil and the health inspector adds to it and sets up a potential overarching story. Game that glitch could have been done better, but it's still a great episode. 6. Buds. Here we have a Mitch episode, kind of. Usually a typical body steal your plot in a great way. The atmosphere is well built up with the writing of the party looking more ominous as it goes on. Buds is also a really funny episode, probably my favourite line of the whole show. It's glitch text, not Mitch text. I also like the message when redemption is aired because Mitch was never a villain, just a bit arrogant and boasting. But here he changes his whole personality, and while Five is too trusting, Miko is also a bit too untrusting. Bits in the battle and some episodes later in the season show he can team up with them, although the episode ends without him changing. This episode is great for all the reasons I stated. 5. Age of Hinobi. For first episode, this matches our true to the later show. It introduces our two main characters' situation and personality as well as how glitch fighting works, but it feels like a regular great episode. It's over 40 minutes long and I'm surprised it isn't split up as a two-parter. That's all I have to say about this premiere. 4. Collection Quest. This does a good job of having two separate plots that are connected for the climax. Five and Berg go on the quest to get XP and completion, and it's entertaining. No Berg is a typical punching bag character seen before, but he is an enjoyable character. The plot is about Miko has to spend time with her sister in a plot that's also great. The climax uses the game greatly. Funny and well written episode that is the best of season 1. Yes, all the top 3 are season 2 episodes. 3. The New Recruit. The whole episode of glitch text getting more complex. Story is genuinely greater, having a story that the audience doesn't know what happened yet, and aside from the main two, there's more complexity to the other characters. The 8 is only there for technology, but comes to actually like Miko and Five. She isn't an antagonist. He cheated so he can show off to Mitch, and while she left him with the glitch, she came back and accepted having her mind erased. Another character is Phil, who is usually the lazy boss, but we actually see him here as a glitch tech. You can tell he felt bad about firing Ridley. Then there's Mitch, who actually let Ridley go without mind erasing her. It isn't stated why he did this, I have a couple of theories of why, but it just shows more complexness. This is clearly one of the best episodes because the show is going somewhere incredible. While not ending, this could have been a better season of 90 for how epic it is. 2. I'm Mitch Williams. Mitch is the best character, this episode cements it. Miko and Five are here, but more of the audience stand in. So it takes them way too long to realise this is Mitch's family, and honestly that's the episode's only proper problem. It's a common thing for the show to treat predictable things as twists. This episode is here for showing Morton Rich with how he sees his family as wasting their lives, but still trying to protect them. Shows the more real side of him, and how much he overworks himself. And the best redemption arcs are with characters who are just a bit unlikable and antagonistic, and this feels like the moment it happened. The quiet build up in season 2, great episode only beaten by one. 1. Ping. First off, I really like how this episode handles 5 dads being in prison, which isn't in much kids' shows. There's probably more common in scenes, and it isn't a case of him being falsely put there because he was a hacker. It doesn't mean he's a bad person or parent. So it's more about 5 not wanting to go somewhere because it is associated with him and his father. He has to learn he can still enjoy them things on his own. Message is great, but that's not all, because it uses the game very well and making a simple game into a weapon. Also, Mitch comes in like common and he is funny here and teaching Miko about unique tricks. However, he says more important with beef about old games being outdated and worth nothing, which contrasts with other characters and has something to think about. So interesting for that idea, and it is an amazing episode, which is the best thing yet checks in my opinion. Conclusion, this is a taste of the episode that actually matches the picture on Netflix before I kick on the episode. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video ranking the episodes of this show. This checks goes to prove how stuff like your potential don't get it, which has happened too much. I already say y'all wanted to stay in the opening and across the ranking, so if you haven't watched the show, this video had mild spoilers. The end.